Frisco RoughRiders back in town at Dr. Pepper Ballpark to open a brief four-game homestand against the Corpus Christi Hooks. And joining us on the RoughRiders pregame show tonight is Monday's winning starting pitcher, Alex Chi Gonzalez. Alex joining us on the pregame show for the first time since his promotion to AA Frisco. And Alex, of course, the team enjoyed a nice day off yesterday, a nice break, chance to relax the mind and the body from the daily AA grind. What did you do with your time off yesterday?
I went to the water park, Hawaiian Falls. Our first base coach, Jimmy V, he gave us tickets there. I guess he's got a hookup over there. So a couple of the guys went over there, and we just, rode the rides. Water park, figured, swimming wouldn't be that bad, and you get out in the sun, get a little tan on, get this farmer's tan away from us. But no, yeah, that's what we did. Just relax and basically slept in, head to the park, and then we came back, had some dinner, and that was the day.
Awesome. Are you more of a thrill seeker or a lazy river type guy?
Oh, I was definitely the lazy river type guy. I mean, the guys that I went with were the thrill seekers, so I rode the rides, just so I wouldn't be that guy not to ride them. But yeah, I'm definitely more of a lazy river, the wave pool type guy, just hanging out in the sun, just hanging out in the water.
Alex Gonzalez joining us on the RoughRiders pregame show. You've got 6 starts under your belt at AA, and you've bookended those 6 starts with your best outings. Your first outing was pretty good. Obviously, your last outing was very strong as well. Looking back at your AA debut, June 10th against Midland, was it just an adrenaline rush, first time playing with Frisco, or what allowed you to be so successful in that outing?
I brought what I had in Myrtle Beach back into Frisco. I mean, I was keeping the ball down in Myrtle, throwing a lot of strikes, getting ahead, and that's what I felt like I did the best was, I was a new guy, so the new team didn't know anything about me, so they were, I would assume that they were going to be a little bit more patient, so I'd get ahead, and I did that, so that helped me out a lot, was just getting ahead. And my last start also, that's the same thing. I just threw a fastball, to the thirds, got it there for a strike, and then after that I could start expanding. But yeah, that's when I've had the most success, was when I've been attacking the hitters early on and getting that first pitch strike.
Now, after that first win against Midland back on the 10th of June, there were followed by 3 straight losses. What did you learn in some of the adversity, I guess, that you faced on the hill?
I mean, you just got to stick to your guns and stick to your routine and everything. I was having a good month before I came here, and I rolled in for that last start, or the first start here. But yeah, I mean, some people have their ups and some people have their downs, so I'm hopefully taking those few starts as my down. I'd love to have those as my down and not anything worse. But I mean, I just stuck to my guns and did what I could do. Some things didn't go my way, some things did, But no, I'm sticking to it, and I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing.
So then, looking at your performance 2 days ago on Monday, 5 1/3 innings pitched in a winning decision, did anything feel different on Monday versus previous starts?
No, I felt the same. Same routine I had pregame and everything. I felt the same. Just almost I had more control of my body, and that's one of the biggest things I was working on between starts, was trying to control my body, try to almost be as smooth as I could be, and that's what I did in that last start, and I was successful.
You mentioned as a pitcher just trying to keep a level head through both the ups and the downs, but at the same time, does a performance like what you had on Monday give you a bit of a confidence boost?
Oh yeah, of course it does. I mean, I just got to carry that on to my next start, basically. Long season, obviously, but yeah, it gives me a little confidence boost, and the fact that that game too, we jumped out way early. The last start, we got, I think it was like 2 in the first, and then 3 in the second. That right then after that, I knew I could pitch the contact. Huge help by all my hitters, and Telly's caught my game and called a great game also, which was a lot of help too. So just so I don't have to thank both parts of the game, my pitching and the pitch location, all that. He handles that pretty well.
We're with 2013 first-round draft choice Alex Gonzalez on the RoughRiders pregame show. And Alex, after a month in AA approximately, you haven't given up a home run. But I look at an outing like you had on June 20th against Corpus Christi. You gave up 12 hits, and they were all singles. So to me, that sounds like you're not leaving a whole lot up in the zone for hitters at this level. Now, in terms of getting outs, what do you need to do to get an out in AA that you maybe didn't have to do in High A?
I mean, it was basically the same. The hitters are a little bit more advanced here, but the biggest thing, man, that that I did well my first start and this last start was just getting ahead early, man. Because in Corpus, when I gave up all those hits, I was falling behind in the count. I was struggling, always somebody on base. But I mean, basically, Jeff Andrews in our sides, working out, was just always told me, let's work on today is how many strikes you could throw. I don't care where, if you miss your spot, if you throw it too high, if it's over the plate, it's good. And that's what I did on my last start, and it was great.
So almost keep it simple.
Yeah, exactly. Keep it simple. Keep the ball down and over the plate, and you'll get guys, pitchers have the advantage because hitters, if you go 3 for 10, you're a Hall of Famer. Or 300 batting average, you're a Hall of Famer. I mean, out of those 7 times, you're going to get out. So he just said, just don't give the hitters as much credit and let them get themselves out.
Now, in terms of what you throw, some people would term your arsenal as the kitchen sink. You throw a 4-seam, a 2-seam, a changeup, a slider. When you look at other starters, some guys are more content to focus on a solid number 1 pitch and then develop 2 pretty good secondary pitches. Why have you never really been content to limit your arsenal?
I mean, I just figure the more types of pitches I have, the better off I am. A ball that goes straight is never good. I want to have my ball going, each direction, left and right, up and down. So that's what I'm just trying to do is throw as many strikes as I can with the ball going in every other direction. So, changing speeds also is huge in it. But, I mean, a straight ball is the easiest to hit, and that's what I try to focus on not doing.
Well, and how awesome is it then that your 4-seam fastball just naturally has that nasty movement on it?
Yeah, it is. It is awesome. It's God-given, I guess I would say. But, I just grip it and rip it, man. And that thing, it cuts sometimes and it goes straight. But when it cuts, I'd rather have it cut than not, and then go straight.
Now, do you have an out pitch, or is one of your strengths perhaps in your diversity in terms of how many different pitches you can throw in a certain situation?
Yeah, that's. I mean, I got a strikeout pitch, obviously, slider, but strikeouts come when I got 2 strikes, and I got to start focusing on that more too. Is you can't strike somebody out unless you have 2 strikes, so you make the good pitches to get to 2 strikes, and then that's when you put them away.
Now, you're the same age and also from approximately the same part of the country as 2 other pitchers in the farm system, Luke Jackson and Alec Asher. All 3 of you are more or less South Florida boys. Did you know any of those guys in prep school?
I didn't know Alec Asher. I knew Luke Jackson. We played together on a summer team with a ton of good guys, a ton of draftees. They're still playing pro ball. Basically, that whole team we played with that summer. Our biggest guy that we had was Manny Machado. Obviously, a lot of people know who he is. But yeah, I met Luke and that team. So as soon as I got that call that draft day, he sent me a little text saying like, "Hey, welcome to the Rangers. I'm your new teammate," and that was pretty cool. And then eventually, getting up here to Frisco and playing with him for a little bit. But now he's in AAA, and I wish him the best.
First-round draft choice to first-round draft choice. That is pretty cool. And I'm sure you've been asked this many times, probably at every spot along your career path thus far, but the name Chi, understand that was given to you by a family member. Could you delve into why you were given that name and why it has stuck over the years?
Okay, well, I have 2 older sisters, Lily Gonzalez and Erica Gonzalez in the middle. Lily, her nickname was Nina, just given to them because we're never called by our first name. And then my middle sister, Erica, is called Nene. So they had to keep it going and give me a nickname, and they called my grandpa's brother gave me the nickname Chi, and it just stuck. It just kept it going. I mean, everybody in our family, even my little cousin Indiana, we call her Indy or Beautiful. So we never even go by our first name, just in school. And then as soon as I started going to school with the guys I played baseball with, that's when the teacher started calling me even Chi. And it's funny too, like when somebody says Alex to me, I have to like double look, because I hear so many people call me just Chi. But yeah, I like to keep that going, just to make a name out of Chi Gonzalez, because there's so many dang Alex Gonzalez's in pro baseball. So it makes it makes me stand out a little bit.
All right, well, Alex Chi, I guess, we'll refer to you now because it's your preference on the RoughRiders broadcast. Thanks so much for your time. It was great having you in Frisco over the course of the past month, and as long as you're with us, we're wishing you best of luck, and of course, best of luck wherever the path takes you after that. Thanks again for your time.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
Chi Gonzalez on the Rough Riders pregame show. Back in a moment on the Riders Baseball Network.